And then in terms of the future of hair transplants, Christine, what do you think are, some of the most exciting developments out there?
Yeah, so, this summer, I'm probably going to be starting up some follicle banking with a company in England, which will be nice for people who want to preserve their existing follicles at the back of their scalp from a young age when they're, at optimal condition. The whole point of that is really for future hair cloning options, which, are not around the corner whatsoever in the US, but, in maybe 10 years, we may have the option to give somebody who has only a few hairs at the back of their scalp, they could potentially get a full head of hair, which is incredibly exciting. But some people want to preserve their hairs now and freeze them on ice, just like women freeze their eggs and stuff. So hair cloning is starting up in Asia. Early studies are starting in Asia with hair cloning. It's going to take quite a few years for those to be complete and deemed safe. And then beyond that, it's going to have to be done in the United States and approved by the FDA for surgical device use. So it's going to be quite a ways off, but I think hair cloning is the future in hair restoration surgery. And it's going to be super exciting. It's certainly going to be in my generation of working, and it's
Let's
definitely,
hope.
I'm going to keep on working till I can do some hair cloning, because I think the prospects are really exciting. And it's nice not to feel limited by graft numbers at the back and sides of somebody's scalp and say, okay, sorry, you only have 4,000 grafts or 5,000 grafts for a lifetime worth of surgery. To give somebody that full head of hair and not have to worry about running out of grafts would be just amazing. So
Yeah, no, I agree.
baldness will be a way of the past at that point. So
Let's hope. I saw that you spent time at MIT, right, for your undergrad.
my undergrad, yeah.
Do you know Bob Langer, or did you
Yeah,
know?
the Langer Lab,
Okay,
yeah.
Langer. So yeah, so he, I'm just reading his book and just, I met him once, but like I never worked in his lab or anything. But I
Yeah.
worked at kind of one of his mentees' labs. She went to Columbia, and when I was there for med school, I spent some time in her lab doing tissue engineering, and that was like an amazing experience. But what I've been reading when it comes to cloning is that those two worlds almost need to collide for something really great to happen. So it's not just about, kind of coaxing cells to become hair or whatever, that kind of ability to recreate that three-dimensional structure. And then
Absolutely.
hopefully we can, I guess implant them for people. But I'm not quite sure that we're there with the tissue engineering aspect of it. So
Right.
it'll be interesting to see how all that, kind of fuses over
Yeah.
time.
A really inspiring person who's working on some fantastic research is Angela Cristiano
Yeah.
up at Columbia. And, they've really figured out that they can do these 3D wells
Right.
that can, simulate a cluster of dermal papilla cells in a bulb, and then, actually propagate a hair follicle. I think it was in like 20 or 21 days they could actually recreate the hair follicle, but it had to be a little drop of a bulb of papilla cells in order to give you that 3D structure to actually formulate the new follicle. So
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
really cool research coming up, but I agree, there's so much to be learned, and there needs to be more of a crossover between the researchers and the clinicians.
Yeah, no, and she has alopecia areata, which I have as well. So that's a whole other. I'm not gonna. I share my story on my Instagram all the time, but not to bore people again. But yeah, so she's obviously done a lot of interesting work with like JAK inhibitors and all that. And
Yes.
I decided, especially with the COVID situation, to not go on those. But I'm actually doing squaric acid treatments, which I guess as a derm, you probably know what that
Yep.
is. But yeah, so I don't know. We just found the dose that seems to work. So
Yeah, it's
we'll
tough
see.
medicine to tolerate.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. It definitely feels a little itchy and annoying.